I've owned my Model 3 for a year and a half, and only now are there brand new reasons to buy a Model 3. In fact, we're going to go over the top 10 reasons why now is a good time to buy the Tesla Model 3. So speaking of things we haven't seen in years, in 2021, I paid $42,000 for my standard range rear-wheel drive. Well, just recently, Tesla announced widespread price decreases. So right now is the best time as far as pricing goes to buy your Tesla. So point number one has everything to do with price, and we have not seen these prices at where they are in years. In fact, I picked up my 2021 Model 3 about a year and a half ago, and I can tell you right now from covering Tesla for the past year and a half and over 180 videos, right now is the best time to buy. Prices have traditionally gone up, so whenever we saw huge price decreases just weeks ago, and especially with the EV tax credit running up until March, that is when the EV tax credit criteria may change. Right now, as far as pricing goes, and point number one, with that EV tax credit, it's the best time to buy. Point number two is an extension on point number one. We're talking about that price. Well, now we're talking about charging cost. So if you're wondering how much does it cost to charge a Tesla, well, I can finally tell you that over 12 months, it cost me around $800 to $850 for the year, depending on, of course, my driving habits. So point number two, you also save around $2,000 compared to the gas prices currently if you're buying a Model 3 versus a traditional gas vehicle, and that pulls from the Tesla app. So now you will be able to see, based on your region's gas prices, Tesla does all the calculation for you, how much you're saving on a monthly basis and on a yearly basis. Point number three is pretty cool. This one is sedan supercharged. So never before have we seen these performance luxury brand Teslas on the road at such affordable prices. It's going to reshape the way you think of sedans. So point number three, sedans recharged. Well, what does that mean? There is so much hidden storage in a Model 3 that if you're thinking about it, it's a good time to buy because you can really redefine what you think of when you think of sedan storage. You get the front, you get storage underneath the trunk in the Model 3, and I use this as my daily driver. And from someone who's driven over 27,000 miles, there's been no circumstance where I've run out of space. Point number four is a really cool one. And if you don't mind, I'm really hoping to do this full time. If you made it this far with 6 more points to go, please consider tapping that subscribe button so I can do this full time and bring you more videos. Let's get into point number four. So your options are white, red, blue, gray, and black. But if you want to stand out in the crowd, accessories is the surefire way to do it. And this car comes full of premium accessories at your option. No matter which Tesla you get, it's not going to come with durable floor mats. It's not going to come with a screen protector or any protection on the exterior of the car. The list goes on and on. I didn't know which ones were high quality or which accessories I needed. Point number four, you should pick up a Model 3 because the accessories are so customizable and they're made specifically for Teslas. So if you like that laser fit, snug, perfect finish for your floor mats, check out the links in the description. You support the channel by clicking on those links and buying either those products or other products off of that link. I would really, really appreciate it. But that is 4 down on my list. Point number 5 has everything to do with safety. So if you're thinking about making the leap to a Model 3, I want to talk about Tesla safety. In fact, it has only gotten better. Look at these numbers. So a Tesla Model 3, is it safe? Well, every single Tesla comes with autopilot as part of the vehicle, no matter which Tesla you get. And if you're thinking about getting a Model 3, well, you are going to be happy to know autopilot over the years has only gotten better. Look at these numbers. Autopilot comes on any single Tesla, and in fact, it makes your car even safer with 1 accident reported in every 6.26 million miles driven. So if you're comparing Tesla and the Model 3 compared to accidents on normal vehicles, 1 accident on those normal vehicles happens in every 652 1,000 miles. So my Tesla gets around 240 miles on a full charge, and you're always going to have some slight degradation. Once you purchase your vehicle, you'll see your range go down and kind of settle in. It's usually very, very slight. So here's the main facts about range anxiety. I use this as a daily driver. You're going to plug it in every single night or even every other night or two, depending on your driving habits. You should get a Tesla Model 3 if you're someone that doesn't have an overly extensive commute. So obviously, if you're traveling across the state, this is going to add some time if you're charging on a road trip or what have you. But for most of us who are going to charge at home, who have a relatively reasonable commute, a Model 3, I can tell you from experience, I have never run out of charge, ever. That's even driving hours away from the city and driving all around, multiple stops, to just driving to work on my daily commute. So you can relate it to this. How often do you just forget to get gas whenever you're on empty or choose to blatantly ignore it? Very unlikely. It's the same with your Tesla Model 3. So if you're thinking about a Tesla Model 3, I want you to be certain that the range anxiety is not something you need to worry about. So have you heard about this? Point number 7 has everything to do with the Model 3's popularity. Check this out. And again, guys, if you got this far, I would really appreciate you subscribing. I put a lot of work into these videos, and I hope to do this full time so you get even more videos. So let's get into point number 7. Model 3 popularity jumped from 47th on Edmunds up to 11th in search frequency on their website. And Tesla took the #1 luxury brand here in North America, toppling a 25-year run by BMW. So as far as point number 7 goes, the popularity of Teslas and the Model 3 seems to be at an all-time high. So if you don't get a Model 3, it's very likely someone else will. Point number 8 has everything to do with reliability. And if you are considering a Tesla Model 3, Consumer Report data shows that the Tesla Model 3 and second generation Nissan Leaf were the second and third most reliable electric vehicles. So I can speak about this one personally after driving to multiple public chargers, charging at home, using superchargers from around my area. I can tell you I've never worried about my Tesla taking a charge or breaking down on the side of the road. There are less parts in an EV and a Model 3. There's no motors and no oil changes or spark plugs or anything like that. There's less to break, and the reliability of the battery has gone far beyond my expectations. So I know as far as reliability goes, these stats and my opinions, they really are the common theme to Tesla. And point number 9, this one is a pretty big one, so I want you to listen to this: maintenance and time saved. So I spoke about this one a little bit in my last video. No more time wasted and money wasted and frustration getting an oil change where you go and they talk about upgrading you and changing your oil from synthetic to non-synthetic and charging you $100 to change your air filter. You're gonna save that time, save that frustration. I've spent a total of $0 on my maintenance on my Tesla. Only thing I had to deal with was a rock chip split my windshield, and I had to take that in, and it was covered per Tesla. Now I had to go to a local body shop that Tesla referred me to, but I gave them my insurance and it was fully covered. No more time wasted and money back in your pocket because there's no more oil changes and no more sales pitches, a very low cost of maintenance in your Model 3. Call your local Tesla dealership. They should have Model 3s available. Truly, the instant torque of a Tesla is something you really need to experience for yourself and is well deserving of this last but not least spot of 10 on these things to consider if you are looking at a Model 3. And last but not least, point number 10, if you're considering a Model 3, it has to be the enjoyment of this vehicle. I can tell you, if you haven't gone on a test drive, call your local Tesla dealership. They should have plenty of Model 3s available. I really want you to try it for yourself. So if you did learn something from this list, please consider subscribing so I can bring you even more videos on a full-time basis. And of course, the only way I know you like this content is to drop a like so I know that you're out there watching. Again, this is Matt from Frunk to Trunk. We will see you in the next video.